Hello everyone and welcome to Community Distance Reiki. I'm Danielle Stimpson of Learn Reiki Philadelphia and I'm so glad you're here with me today. Go ahead and if you are live, go ahead and click that live chat button. Feel free to make any requests that you have towards your personal healing. They can be general or specific, and you can also go ahead and like the stream if you would not mind. For those of you who are watching this on the replay in the future, hello from the past, go ahead and check out my regular stream times in the description below. You'll also find information about my online Reiki classes, community Discord, social media, and crystal shop. So glad to have you all here. Happy solar eclipse, happy new moon, happy all the things. Yeah, some intense energy today. Just know that that's going to happen, but it's all good. We've got each other, and we've already got lots of love going back and forth in the chat. So let's go ahead and take a peek at the crystal grid already in progress. All right, here we go. So we have got some copper to start us off. This helps to break up blockages and get the energy flowing. And I feel like we've been doing really well with the jade, so let's go ahead and put some jade underneath it. Oh, I'm so glad that you're here to start the day with us, Fawn. It's good to see you. Super great to see everyone. We've got Cora Carr, Chris, Susan, Hart. Let's see. Yeah. Oh, it's Chris's birthday? Happy birthday. Happy birthday indeed. Oh, fantastic. JS, good to see you also. Oh, this is awesome. Oh, and Hart, yeah. Lots of healing today, please. Yeah, absolutely. Let's go ahead and dive in. So we've got... Gotcha. Greg and Susan. Okay. So much gratitude for this healing group. Absolutely. Let's see. Motivation and a request for polychrome jasper. Well, that couldn't be more perfect. Asking for support in tough conversations. I've got you there. Greg has 2 people helping him find his literary agent. That's great to hear. Awesome. Okay, cool. So let's go ahead and take a peek through. We've got some support for energy work, spell work, connection to goddess. Absolutely. Got you covered there. We have polychrome jasper. Let's get started with that. So polychrome jasper helps to motivate us to follow our soul's purpose, especially when we've had like a prolonged period of like being stuck. This was exceptionally helpful during and following the lockdowns of COVID, for sure. So this is polychrome jasper. Yeah, very energizing, but also it's a very targeted energy to help like motivate and lift you and get you kind of running out the gate with the things that are the most important. So let's go ahead and do that. I actually have a big polished piece of this right on my table in my living room to help be a motivator as I go. Another one that I have a big piece of right here on my desk, a couple pieces actually, is blue tiger eye. Blue tiger eye is an excellent stone of not only helping calm and ease stress, but it helps with writing the courage to speak our truth. It protects truth tellers, because usually the person that's telling the truth is, don't shoot the messenger. Yeah, this stone can help kind of protect that messenger. This is also a stone of public speaking. If you are nervous about public speaking, or if you have to communicate any truth that is inconvenient, whether the audience is small or large, this can help you with that. It also helps with like facts over feelings. Like, well, we all feel this way. It's like, okay, I know you all feel this way, and there's something else I need you to consider. This is a great stone for that. So yeah, I keep it around to keep a few pieces on my computer base just to help me when I'm writing course materials and things like that. So let's bring this in. I actually just added blue tigerite to the crystal shop like yesterday. So we have some in stock. We're helping with spell work, and also because we're basically on a new moon on steroids, if you will, because of the solar eclipse. Moonstone can be really helpful for that. It helps with travel. It helps with attracting love. It helps with connecting to the divine feminine. But I often think of this stone as being connected with the High Priestess card in the tarot. This is a stone that is connected to divine wisdom, divine femininity, which is available and accessible to everyone. But even more importantly, it's connected with the moon. And the moon controls the tides of the earth. And being that we're mostly made of water, it has a big effect on us too. Anytime that we're doing any kind of spell work and things like that, I often think about this particular stone and labradorite, because I feel like labradorite embodies more the archetypal magician card in the tarot. Like, I have the things, I know how to use them, I'm going to make it happen. And Moonstone is more the High Priestess of, I understand the cycles, I know how these things work, I know what's going to happen, I move with the cycles and timing that is divine. So this is a great stone for those. So let's bring this out. Also bring out some labradorite. Oh, okay, absolutely fun. Releasing anger, financial comfort, gotcha. Morning, Maricela. Wealth and patience, gotcha. And what else do we have? Gotcha. Let's start here. So oftentimes for anger, resentment, frustration, we use howlite, and I may bring that in too, but I also saw that there's a request for patience. So dumotierite works for both of those. So dumotierite also helps with things like tidying, Uranus-like energy, which is very chaotic when things are chaotic, and eclipse season, expect chaos between now and the middle of next month for sure. And also great for standing up for yourself, which supports JS. But yeah, patience and especially pent-up anger and frustration, things like that. Also going to grab that labradorite to put out, as I mentioned earlier. So let's go ahead and put... Let's start with dumotierite there. Labradorite, like I mentioned, is sort of very much the magician card. It embodies the knowledge and understanding even the minute details. This is one that I use a lot when folks request help with studying. It's also a great research stone. It helps us to have very detailed attention. finding errors and things like that, but it also helps things like clairvoyance. It can really support intuition, just like Moonstone can as well. So it also can tend to help us sleep better. If you've been having difficulty sleeping, given energy and intuition, and I don't know anyone that it hasn't right now, this is a great stone to help support you with that. So let's go ahead and bring that here and here. There we go. And we had a request for support with broken heart for loss. I just want to look that up. Yeah, absolutely. Heaviness, new beginnings. I'm sorry, Fawn. This is rhodonite. We use it quite a bit. These particular heart-shaped ones are going to be for sale on the website really soon. Rhodonite is actually, it's what I have my crematory jewelry made out of. And so we've got that it helps us when our heart is broken. Anytime we've got unrequited love, like we've got love in our heart and nowhere to put it, when we have loved and lost and we're looking to open our heart again, it can be really helpful for those. Also helpful for the lungs. Hi, Christina. I don't have a larkavite, unfortunately. I'm not even familiar with larkavite. I'm open to suggestions for anyone. What are you? What's the target or like the intention behind the larkavite? I might be able to figure out like a good in place of kind of stone, or we can just use clear quartz in place of it. But good to see you. Psychic development, wealth, patience. And for new beginnings, gotcha. Just making sure I get everybody here. I don't have stellar beam calcite either, unfortunately. Let's see, for financial support, we have citrine, and pyrite. Pyrite helps to get the flow of energy going, especially things like Reiki. It's another one that's thought to help the lungs, and I know lots of folks are struggling with lung stuff right now. But this helps to, not only is it protective, but it helps to call in financial abundance. So let's go ahead and bring some pyrite in. And citrine, the stone of financial abundance and wealth. Natural citrine is this sort of orangey brown. It's actually found really close to amethyst because it is one step beyond amethyst. When amethyst is in the ground under particular heat and pressure, it will actually turn into citrine. Fun note about this, we don't usually mention it, but if you put this out in the sun, it will fade it, so know that. Because of that, there's been a lot of folks sort of making baked citrine, which is basically amethyst baked in an oven or irradiated to turn it, and it ends up a different color yellow, like a bright poppy yellow. This is natural citrine, this like kind of brownie. It almost looks like amber. But this is a great stone of financial abundance, calling in wealth, and also balancing logic with intuition so that you can get a more holistic view of the decisions you want to make. So let's go ahead and bring some of this in. We work with it a lot because why not? There we go. And yes, so we've got citrine. Let's also bring in some iolite for helping us to manage money, so to make the most of the resources we currently do have. This also helps with things like intuitive ability, especially if you want to connect with your guides. We use it here often for folks that request help with losing weight. And it's also fantastic for things like fever, and also aiding a night's sleep, especially if you've been overwhelmed with like intuitive stuff. So this can be really helpful for all of that. Menstrual cramps, you got it. Your quartz ball for Reiki today, I love it. Lavakite. Unakite? I have unakite, and I was actually just going to bring it in for a request. Black moonstone. That I have. Okay. This is a type of black moonstone, and this is actually really connected with divine femininity. It definitely goes to connect with a lot of Korokara's requests for helps with spell work and things too. This is sort of, we've mentioned this before, labradorite and moonstone and rainbow moonstone, they're all types of moonstone. It's just a matter of, like, they're different stones, but they're all very similarly related. Black moonstone brings us into like a dark moon Lilith kind of vibes. This is protection for women. This is really a great selection if you're doing spell work and you want to combine the essence of the magician and the high priestess. And so I'm really grateful you brought that up. Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, I've never heard of it called lavakite. I'm going to look it up under that now and see if there's, whenever I research stones, a lot of times they go by different names. I spent so much time on Jewelers Row that, because I had my business located there, I talked with the jewelers all the time, so I get the words and phrases and names that they use, which can be very different than the words and names and phrases that we use in like the natural healing arts kind of world. So yeah, a lot of times there'll be a certain name for something and I'll recognize one when there's another. Like we often use bloodstone, but it also goes by heliotrope. And if you're looking it up in a book that's written by folks from the UK, you'll more often find it as heliotrope, which is interesting. So yeah, thank you so much for requesting it. It actually adds perfectly to some requests we had today. So let's go ahead and put that right here at the top because I think it fits. And it's a great stone for new moons and new beginnings and things like that too. So it really sets off the whole grid so perfectly. Larvikite is the correct spelling. I've never seen it spelled that way. Oh, I can't wait to research it now. I bet I have books that have information about it that I totally blazed past. Mediumship, psychic development. Gotcha. Anxiety for the future. Indecisive, absolutely. So impatience, anxiety, and even like anger and frustration around that, definitely dumotierite. And you are so not alone in that. You're not the only person to request around that today. So we've also got unakite for Maricela. Mediumship, psychic development. We've got some good ones for that. let's go ahead and bring in and we'll bring in chrysocolla. So sapphire is a powerful stone of intuition, psychic ability. I often recommend that if you're going to be using this stone, to use a lot of grounding stones with it, of which we have many, like blue tiger eye. We have jade in the center too. We have the labradorite. We have iolite. So we're really, really good there. But yeah, this is blue sapphire. This is how it actually looks when it's formed in the earth. For those of you who are familiar with basalt and the basalt fields that grow that you might actually see in the UK, even Ireland and things like that, it actually grows with the same structure. It grows with the same amount of sides. Morning, kind of awake, but looking for pain relief. Absolutely. Yeah, so this helps all manner of intuitive ability, bringing through messages from spirit, mediumship, things like that. But it can be very heavy on the upper chakra, so it can be ungrounding for some folks. Definitely try to use it with some grounding stones. So let's bring this in. And we've got a lot of big, beautiful, mystical stones today, don't we? And we've also got, for decisions, indecisions, also for making decisions about what's in our highest good. One of the stones that works really well for making decisions and accepting change is mookite. But I feel like today the vibe is more chrysocolla. This is a lot of encouragement as you follow your spiritual soul purpose as well. It can help with finding new ways and means of creativity, which I think during challenging or difficult times, or when we're looking for fresh starts, that's a really wonderful thing to lean into. Finding a new way to create and feel creative helps to balance that. I feel like I want to create something new. I don't know where to put all of my energy just yet. Let me dabble in creativity. This can help with brainstorming too. But yeah, making decisions in alignment with your highest truth and your highest good is definitely chrysocolla in a nutshell. Because we're kind of running out of space here, I'm going to put this around the edges, right around close to the polychrome jasper. So let's see what else we have. Unakite to help with anything women's health, including the request for support around menstrual cramps for sure. Unakite helps with everything women's health, like stem to stern, from hormonal shifts and changes to metabolism. Also for good marriage, relationship. This is a stone that can help us with things like quitting smoking, which I know one of you is working on, and also with things like just body fluids, movement of things that are static in general. So if you feel like you're kind of stuck, if you're a woman that's looking to kind of move those fluids, if you're having like menstrual issues, this can be a really great stone to work with, but also very much ranked for fertility and conception and things like that, but all stages of a woman's life. Man, we have just such a tiny boat today. Here, let's move these back. And let's see what else we have. pain. It's okay if you doze back off. It's perfect. Caribbean stone for Kundalini awakening. You got it. Pain. We've got celestite. We'll bring in some lapis because I feel like that's warranted this morning. And I want to make sure I didn't overlook anyone. Loving all the mutual support in here. It's just so beautiful to see. And yeah, I think we're good. Something for releasing anger, financial abundance. Oh yeah, releasing anger is dumotierite. Financial abundance is citrine and pyrite, but I might add in a little bit more too. But let's see, we've got celestite, which is fantastic for connecting with our angel guides. But it's also helps discern thoughts and fears from intuitive guidance if you're having trouble separating the two. This is also helpful for any manner of physical pain, no matter what the cause, no matter why. This helps, I think it's because it helps to boost us up into the upper chakras that are a little bit more focused on our spiritual body, so a little less focused on the physical body. And I think in that way, it changes our perception of pain. So here we go. Oop, make some room for it there. Let's do, yeah, we'll do some here. Oop, running away. And we've also got, I hope that your pain feels better. I hope that that helps. Ebony wood. I don't, but I can look some up. Supporting curiosity. Yeah. Chrysocolla is very helpful with that. It helps with this new playful vibe of bringing in an openness to energy and letting things flow. But I'm going to think on that and maybe add another one that relates to that. Aragonite and blue Caribbean calcite is the request that we had from Susan. This helps balance the upper chakras with the root. So this can help balance the movement of Kundalini flow within the body. It also helps to facilitate intuitive awareness in that it balances our own inner knowledge and connection to the divine wisdom. It also helps to folks that are opening up to that movement of energy, working with that Kundalini energy, that want to balance it and kind of ground it, but at the same time not shut it off. So it can be really helpful with that. Aragonite also helps with just any matter of like physical stuff too. So we'll bring this in. Let's put you. We also have, I want to bring in some lapis for deep communication, truth, and honesty, excuse me, which I know we saw already. But I feel like this is one that also helps pain and inflammation. So I want to bring this in addition to the celestite. So here is beautiful blue lapis. It has pyrite within it. Let's do... There we go. We also have... Let's see. Lemurian quartz. I haven't really worked with Lemurian quartz. Is anyone else? Korakar, how about you? I know it connects the wisdom of ancient Lemuria to the present, helping us to connect to, it helps us to connect to ancient wisdom in those regards, but in addition to that, I'm not quite sure. I know there's a lot of ways one can work with it. It hasn't totally resonated with me to this point. But yeah, I'm sure somebody in here has some insight about it. Everybody's lighting candles. I love it. Okay. Curiosity. Yeah, let's see about that. I think that'll be our last couple. I think, did someone request green calcite? I'm going to add it in. Okay. So curiosity. The first thing that came to mind was Larimar. And I think I'm going to go with the thing that first came to mind. Larimar helps with our spiritual purpose and our unique ways of connecting to our path with confidence. It also helps to separate ego from soul work in case they're kind of competing, and being a spiritual pioneer. So it kind of helps us shake off those attachments to the way things have always been done. And like, isn't this the way to do it? Isn't that the way to do it? This helps us open that up and say, well, maybe there's another way to do it. Maybe there's my way of doing things. So Larimar, it's only mined in the Dominican Republic. So beautiful stone. I'm going to actually rearrange this grid. I love that all the candles are lit. Yeah, it's and I'll bring in the green calcite too. Green calcite helps with ease and calm. It's a great stone for helping with anxiety, especially if that anxiety has led to tension within your body, like anxiety that's so intense you're like getting an upset stomach or, you know, tight muscles or things like that. It helps to lift the mood and also helps to support the physical heart. So we'll bring that in too. But let's go ahead and rearrange. Put the chrysocolla there. A lot of intense energy. Like in a good way, but like still very intense. That's interesting. Lemurian quartz, kind of above clear quartz, very powerful for traveling to other worlds, shifting energy, education, technology, high vibe crystal. Ooh, I love that. Let's for now bring in the clear quartz because it's, from what you're saying, it kind of like goes along with that, but also clear quartz can stand in for any crystal that you don't have. So let's bring that in. Let's go ahead and use some bigger clear quartz today. And we'll have the intention that these stand in for the Lemurian quartz and also provide the clarity that clear quartz can provide. So you can always use clear quartz in place of a crystal that you don't have, but you also can use them to hold an intention that you're making or a request to the universe. You can essentially make them like a talisman of your own. They're excellent recording stones, and they're also excellent sort of booster stones that help boost the energy of the other crystals around it. Okay, let's see. I feel like this is the shift that needed to happen. This looks really good. Thank you for bringing up about the Lemurian quartz. Appreciate that. I'm going to look into grabbing some for us. There we go. I'm also going to bring in these and put these here. Some green calcite just to help us with grounding any anxiety. And I feel like this light-hearted Larimar can be really helpful. Let's see, where can we place this? There we go. And I think that looks, oh, that feels a lot more well balanced, doesn't it? Fantastic. I'm also going to bring in some black tourmaline for protection. This helps to repel any energy that's not in our highest good, that is sort of not ours, maybe lower vibe, and sometimes just in a non-judgmental way, just, you know, kind of keeping a blank slate, allowing us to rid ourselves of the energy that aren't serving our purpose right this second in a very kind of just stay away kind of way. I've absolutely been known to sew this into my curtains. That looks good. And I think we are cooking with gas. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to think of a couple of crystals that might help support the energy of this grid and allow you all to vote on them while I quickly explain what Reiki is, how it works, how you can make the most of your session, and then we will get right into the healing. So bear with me while I kind of find some other good harmonizing stones for you all. I think I got it. Okay. So first is chevron amethyst. And chevron amethyst helps with, first of all, it helps with tolerance of other people's energy, which can be great for those of us that are asking for support around patience and things like that. And also just the energy of right now kind of pertains to that. But it also is helpful for channeling, any kind of visionary meditation, intuitive work that is very intentional. This can be an excellent stone to help like connect you with the divine and to bring the divine's messages to you. It can help us to articulate those divine messages to someone else. And it's also really helpful for manifesting. So we've got this. We also have blue kyanite. Blue kyanite helps us also with understanding the intuitive guidance and messages that come through for us, but it's also a stone of radical self-acceptance, loving yourself exactly as who you are. This is a stone that can also help with things like, I just had it out here. I feel like it helps a lot with just accepting who you are, and if you feel like you struggle with the concept that you're not good enough to work with spirit, this can be a stone that can help with that. But yeah, wonderful intuitive stone. And so loving too. So go ahead and vote on which one you want in the grid. For those of you who might be new, know that you are not limited to just one vote. Hint, hint. I'm going to go ahead and quickly explain what Reiki is, how to make the most of your session today, and then we're going to get into the healing. So as I mentioned at the top of the hour, my name's DanielleStimpson, and I'm the owner of Learn Reiki Philadelphia. I do online Reiki classes. I also have some social media, my community Discord, and a crystal shop. All of that is linked below. For those of you who might be watching this in the future, hello from the past, you can join us live if you want to by checking out the days and times that I do go live listed in the description below as well. And the style of Reiki that I work with most is known as Usui Reiki. This is named after the system's founder, Mikao Usui, and this method was created and taught in the early 1920s in Japan. It's based on principles that are ancient and timeless, and this particular method folds in a lot of different esoteric wisdom, just given Usui's background, that he was a Tendai Buddhist monk and also Japanese, born into a samurai family. He studied and worked with and practiced so many different things in his time. But definitely the energy and the understanding of it that we see at the core of Usui Reiki comes from the indigenous spirituality of Japan known as Shintoism, in which everything has a soul and all things are interconnected. Reiki, which translates to spiritually guided soul energy or life energy, is thought to run through everyone, everywhere, everything, everywhere. Everything has access to it. It's flowing through us right now, and our body knows exactly how to use it just innately. Just like how water is necessary for almost every function in our body, and we don't even have to think about how it gets used when we drink it. Same with Reiki. Even if we don't have a cultural reference point of what this energy is, our body, mind, and spirit are already well acquainted with it and work with it all the time to help bring us greater balance and healing on all levels. So during your session, you can feel free to set any intention or request to the universe. Even if you're watching from home or you think of it halfway through the session, just bring your mind to it. Take a deep breath and let it go. You can also just simply allow the energy to flow and see how it shows up. There's an abundance of this energy. You're not like taking too much. It's not coming from me. It's an abundant universal force that's flowing through all of us. Essentially, what I'm doing in this session is connecting with that energy and directing more of it to you, where your body, mind, and spirit automatically know how to apply it best for you. So during the session, you don't need to do anything. You don't need to focus on anything. You don't need to keep your mind silent. You can just notice what comes by intuitively or even logically. If you're not sure if it's helpful information that's coming through or if it's maybe, sort of brain babble, just take a deep breath and reset. Also works really well if you get distracted. Go ahead, find a comfortable spot, get as comfortable as you physically can, and feel free to move around all that you might need to. You can use this time to focus on just relaxing and seeing what happens, even taking a nap, or you can combine it with things like journaling, stretching, anything that feels really heart-centered and perfect for you at this time. At the end of the 25-minute session, you're going to hear my voice come back in and welcome you back, invite you to take a deep breath, and we can talk about any experiences that you had or ask any questions, answer any questions that you may have come up with during your session. If you feel like you're going to fall asleep during the session, great, go ahead and do it. It's often how folks can feel. You may feel some emotions come up. You may get some mental clarity. You may get some intuition, and you may get some physical sensations in your body, often a combination of all of these at some point. During the session, I will turn the lights down, and so the light will move quietly and slowly through several different colors. At no point will it flash or strobe. Additionally, I will turn up the music, which is made by Cindy Loker, who is another content creator. You can find out her information in the description below. So with all of that said, let's see what won the vote and go right into the healing. Oh, one more thing. Because this energy connects all things, it doesn't matter where you are in relation to miles, kilometers from me. It also doesn't matter when you are. So no matter when you're finding this video, if it's found you, welcome to it. Go ahead and enjoy it, because this energy, because it connects all of us throughout the universe, it doesn't matter when you are. If you're watching this in the future, you'll still have access to that energy with the intention to be open to it. So thank you so much for being here today, and let's dive right on in to seeing what won that vote. I wonder what it was. Oh, fantastic. It's both. You don't say. It's always both. And we love it that way. Okay, so let's go ahead and put this, let's see. I think that looks perfect. And for the chevron amethyst points, I love that these are double terminated for new moon. Double terminated meaning 2 points. We can have the intention that they bring in the energy that serves us, that we need, and helps us to release and clear away anything that's in our path, which is perfect for new moon and solar eclipse. So go ahead, get comfy. Go. Get comfy in any way that makes sense for you. Lie down, sit up. There we go. And I will come back for you in 25 minutes. Enjoy your session. And remember, if you feel blocked or restricted at any point, just take a deep breath in and out. invite you now to take a deep breath. If you want to come back to the space that you're in, you can wiggle your fingers and toes. Thank you so much for being here with me today. It's been an honor and a pleasure. And the chat room is reopened if you have any questions or anything to share. You're welcome, heart. You're so welcome. Thank you so much for being here. This is a very new moon grid. You guys are really in vibe with the energy for sure. You're so welcome, Chris. You're welcome, Fawn. And yeah, loving all of the support and celebration for everyone here in the chat. And again, once again, congratulations, Korakar and Vincent, on your nuptials. You're so welcome. And yeah, send our regards to Greg for sure, Susan. You're so welcome, JS. It did feel like 5 minutes, right? It's like I looked up and whoa, the time just passed. Oh, I'm glad. Very insightful reading. Yeah, it's welcome to eclipse season. Expect the unexpected. Know that I'm here, and sometimes around planetary events and different astrological movements, I do just sort of pop on for streams. If you want to know about those, go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already. But yeah, it's beautiful to have you all here. It's a great day to, today's a great day to like clear the decks, make room for things. My like little bit of everyday spell work that I do, if you can call it that, and I guess you can, is on new moons. I try to pay special attention to like going through, grabbing anything that I no longer need and like letting go of it, gifting it to the community, whatever it might be, with the intention that it be a blessing to someone else while I create space in my life to bring in something new. And also, absolutely, happy birthday, Chris. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday. I'm going to go ahead and end the stream here with an abundance of gratitude for each and every one of you. So grateful for you and the help of growing the channel. Can't wait to see you again soon. The next Community Distance Reiki is tomorrow, Wednesday at 4 p.m. East Coast US time. And as usual, I'll also see you Friday at 4 and 8 p.m. and Sunday at 8 p.m. Yeah, I feel like it helps. I feel like living in a city, I found like consistent decluttering is the way to go. Consistently letting things go to the universe. And the city I live in, and the part of the city I live in specifically, we've got a really good like free box on the curb kind of culture. I've gotten some of my best stuff that way. I've given away some amazing stuff that way. And we all have abundance and just buy a lot less. Well, thank you so much for being here. I wish all of you a beautiful new moon and solar eclipse. Take it easy on yourselves. This is some intense energy. Remember to take care of yourself. And remember that Reiki is only just a few clicks away. You can always stream a previous community distance Reiki and soak up the vibes that you need. Okay? So take care of yourself, and I will see you again soon. Bye for now.